In Japan, there is a concept called Oyasumi Kaizen, good night, continuous improvement, two words that together form an entire philosophy about how you close your day. And I know exactly what you are thinking. Another Japanese expression to sell a lifestyle. But wait, this is not about productivity, this is about dignity. Dignity with your own rest, with your body, with your only life being lived right now, while you are probably scrolling on your phone with burning eyes when you should be sleeping. My grandmother Akiko used to say a phrase that only made sense to me decades later. Those who do not honor the night do not deserve the morning. At the time, when I was 15 years old living in Kyoto, I thought it was so dramatic. Today, I understand she was giving me one of the greatest secrets of life, one that most people waste every single day without even realizing it. The raw truth is this: you are not tired just because you worked too much. You are exhausted because you forgot how to rest. And this, my dear, is a matter of elegance. Yes, elegance. Because a woman who does not know how to honor her own rest is living in a vulgar way. Vulgar with her own time, with her own health, with her own existence. If you got here because you want to learn to live with more lightness, sophistication, and intention, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the Charmy Minimalista channel, turn on notifications, and leave that like. Not only because I need your click, but because you deserve this reminder tomorrow. And believe me, you will want to come back here. What's stealing your peace without you noticing? Recent studies from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that more than 70% of American adults do not get enough quality sleep regularly. 70%. This is not nonsense. It is a silent epidemic that is stealing our health, our mental clarity, our ability to live well. Sleep deprivation affects everything, from the immune system to mental health, including your ability to make decisions, to be creative, to have patience with the people you love. It is not just about being tired. It is about living at half capacity. And the solution is not in a pill. It is in a daily choice, silent, almost invisible. The choice to honor your night as you would honor any important commitment in your life. The silent thief in your hand. Let me be direct with you. The phone in your hand right now is a thief. The blue light from screens inhibits the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and this affects your rest up to 6 hours after you have looked at that bright screen. But it is not just the light, it is what it represents. Endless distraction, social comparison, artificial urgency created by algorithms. How many times have you picked up your phone just for 5 minutes, and when you realized it was 2 in the morning? How many times did you go to sleep with your head buzzing with bad news, perfect lives of others, problems that are not even yours? I did this for years, entire years. And you know the result? My sleep became a battlefield. I woke up more tired than when I laid down. Until I made a radical decision. After 8 in the evening, my phone stays out of the bedroom. Period. Not negotiable. Was it difficult at first? It was horrible. But I discovered something liberating. I was not checking my phone out of necessity. I was running away from myself. And this kind of habit ages the soul in a way that no anti-aging cream can reverse. The night I understood everything. Let me tell you a story. 2008. Financial crisis. I lost almost everything. The apartment I took years to conquer. The investments that gave me that false sense of control. It was devastating, yes. But you know what the worst part was? It was not the material loss. It was realizing that in those months of absolute panic, I had lost something even more precious. The ability to turn off my mind. I slept 3-4 hours a night. Not because I needed to stay awake, but because my head simply did not know how to stop anymore. It was a constant buzzing of worries, bills, fear of the future. Until one night, sitting on the floor of the empty living room of the apartment I would soon leave, I had a revelation. I was living as if I were at war, and nobody was attacking me. The enemy was myself. The rush was mine. The chaos was mine. That is when I returned to Japan. Not to run away, but to remember. And there, Watching my Aunt Fumiko prepare the night tea with the same calmness as always, arranging each object in its place before sleeping, I finally understood. Rest is not luxury. It is an act of self-respect. What America needs to learn from Japan about the night. In America, where I grew up surrounded by well-intentioned abundance and celebrated excess, resting is seen as weakness. Sleeping early is something for old people. Having a nighttime routine is being boring, uninteresting. But in Japan, this has another name, sanity. And sanity, dear, never goes out of style. The Japanese developed Oyasumi Kaizen precisely for this, to transform the night into sacred territory. It is not about sleeping more hours. It is about sleeping with intention, with presence, with dignity. The Japanese night is not a collapse on the couch after an exhausting day. It is a silent ceremony. It does not need to be elaborate. It can be something as simple as a cup of tea served in a ceramic bowl while you breathe deeply for the first time in the day. But it needs to exist. It needs to be yours. I learned this at 15 years old. Every day, after dinner, my grandmother made the same sequence. She put everything in its place, lit a soft incense, wore her raw cotton robe, and sat for 10 minutes in silence. She did not meditate. She did not pray. She just sat. When I asked why, she answered, "To tell my body that the day is over." Simple, deep, revolutionary. The 5 rituals that transformed my nights. Enough theory. I will be practical. Here are the 5 rituals I use to this day, and that changed not only my nights, but my entire life. First ritual: improve 1% per day. Kaizen is the Japanese art of continuous improvement. Applied to the night, it means choosing a small action and repeating it until it becomes part of you. It does not need to be grand. It needs to be constant. For me, it was writing 3 sentences of gratitude every night before sleeping. Does it sound silly? Maybe. But in 3 months, my mind completely changed. I stopped sleeping ruminating on problems and started sleeping recognizing blessings. And this, my dear, changes absolutely everything in your energy. Choose your ritual. It can be reading 10 pages of a book. It can be stretching for 5 minutes. It can be just breathing deeply 3 times before lying down. What matters is not the size of the action. It is that it is yours, and that you honor it every day. Second ritual: eliminate visual chaos. Environments with excess visual stimuli prevent rest. The brain needs clean and silent spaces to truly relax. That is why, in Japan, bedrooms are temples of intentional simplicity. My bedroom has a bed, a nightstand, a lamp, a vase with a dry branch. Just that. Nothing more. And this visual clarity translated into absolute mental clarity. When you remove excess from the environment, you remove excess from the mind. If you look at your bedroom and see piles of clothes, objects without purpose, drawers that do not close, you are not seeing a messy bedroom. You are seeing your mind, and it is asking for help. Third ritual: stop at 80%. Harahachi-bu is the Japanese habit of eating until 80% of satiety. I apply this principle to the entire night. I work until 80% of my energy. I study until 80. I talk until 80. I always leave space for silence. Because the problem is not doing too much. It is not knowing when to stop. It is stretching until the last drop of energy and waking up the next day with nothing left to give. Before, I stayed awake until I collapsed from exhaustion. Result? I woke up grumpy, slow, resentful of the world. Today, I stop when I still have 20% of energy saved. And you know what happens? I wake up with genuine desire to live. And that is priceless. Fourth ritual: treat each night as unique. Ichigo Ichi means one meeting, one time in life. It is living each moment as if it were unrepeatable. Because in fact, it is. Applied to the night, it is treating each sleep as sacred, irreplaceable. I learned this the hardest way possible. For years, I thought I had infinite time, that I could fix everything tomorrow, that I could rest later. until I understood that this later never comes, and each lost night is a night that will never return. Now, I create a signature moment every night. It can be a cup of chamomile tea. It can be lighting a lavender candle. It can be 5 minutes looking through the window of my apartment in Torrance, in absolute silence, watching the lights of the city. The ritual itself matters less than what it represents. This day is over. This night is mine. 5th ritual: discipline with gentleness. Shitsuke is the Japanese concept of sustained discipline. It is not that military rigidity that makes you tense. It is commitment with lightness. It is doing even when you do not feel like it, but with gentleness to yourself. I have a fixed time to sleep, 10:30 at night. Every day, weekend, holiday, it does not matter. In the beginning it was difficult, I will not lie. But you know what I realized? That my body is deeply grateful. I wake up without an alarm. I have plenty of energy during the day. Discipline is not prison. It is freedom. Because when you control your night, you control your day. And when you control your day, you control your life. The exact ritual I use every night. I will share my complete routine. Not for you to copy word by word, but to inspire you to create your own night ceremony. 7 in the evening, I prepare dinner. Nothing heavy. Something that nourishes without weighing down the stomach. Usually a light soup or grilled fish with vegetables. 8 in the evening, I turn off all screens, without exception. Phone on airplane mode, computer closed, television off. It is at this moment that my day truly ends. 8:30 in the evening, warm bath. It is not rush. It is ritual. I wash the entire day, not just the body. I use lavender soap. The hot water relaxes every tense muscle. 9 in the evening, tea, chamomile, mint, lemon balm, whatever the night asks for. I serve it in a porcelain cup that I inherited from my grandmother. 9:30 in the evening, I read. 10, 15 pages. Nothing that agitates me or accelerates the mind. Just enough to calm the thoughts. 10 in the evening, I prepare the bedroom with care. I close the curtains. I adjust the pillow. I arrange the cotton sheets. Each gesture is intentional. 10:15 in the evening, I write 3 sentences of gratitude in my notebook. It does not need to be deep or poetic. It just needs to be true. 10:30 in the evening, I lie down. I breathe deeply 3 times. I fall asleep. Simple? Extremely. Easy? Not at all. But transformative? In ways I never imagined. What changed when I stopped fighting with my nights? Sleeping well changed my life in ways I never expected. My skin visibly improved. My patience returned. My creativity exploded. I stopped being that irritated, tired person who lives complaining about everything and everyone. And this changes absolutely everything around you. People started asking me what I was doing differently, because they saw something new in me. Calmness, clarity, true presence. And it all started with a single decision: to honor my night as I honor any sacred commitment. My son Kenji noticed the difference. He told me the other day, "Mom, you seem lighter," and that touched me deeply. Because lightness is exactly what we seek when we truly embrace minimalism. The truth nobody has the courage to tell you. The Japanese secret to sleeping well is not a secret at all. It is a choice, a daily choice, silent, almost invisible to those on the outside. But it is the choice that separates those who live with intention from those who live on autopilot. You can continue falling on the couch every day, scrolling on your phone until late, sleeping poorly, waking up worse. Or you can decide that your night deserves respect, that your body deserves quality rest, that your life deserves to be lived with lightness and dignity. I chose the second option years ago, and I never looked back. Recapping what really matters. Let me summarize what you learned today, because I know your mind is full and you need clarity. 1. Improve 1% per night with small, constant rituals. 2. Treat each night as unique and unrepeatable because it is. 3. Eliminate visual chaos from your bedroom to have mental clarity. 4. Stop at 80% of your energy. Never exhaust everything. 5. Practice discipline with gentleness, not with rigidity that hurts. Now I really want to know from you. How are your nights? What is stealing your rest? What do you most need to change? Share in the comments. Let us talk about this. Because you are not alone in this journey. And if this video touched your heart in any way, if something here made deep sense, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love who also needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like after turning on notifications. Because life is too short to be lived on autopilot, wasting our precious nights. Leave in the comments, "My nights deserve respect." If you agreed with this phrase, it is because something inside you already knew this. Now you just need to honor what you already know. Just start today. A hug full of affection, and until our next meeting here at Charme Minimalista, Naomi.